Hi, Doug Hasty here. I talk a lot about sequence in my teaching, because if we have the right sequence, we can gain club head speed, we can gain power, we can keep balance, and we hit a lot of good shots. The sequence of the golf swing is not unlike the sequence of a lot of other things. If you want to call it kinetic chain, that would be a motor learning term. If you want to call it kinetic chain, that would be a motor learning term. You don't need to get that complicated. But really, if we go to throw a ball, if I went to throw this ball here, if I went to throw it underhand, let's say, the first thing I would do is I'd bring my hand back, and I wouldn't go back a lot with my body. I'd just bring my hand back and my arm back. And then I would step forward. The weight would go on my left foot. Then my knees would go. Then my hips would go. Then my shoulders would go. And then my arm would go. And lastly, my wrist at the end. Not that I was trying to put my wrist into it, but it would just follow the motion. And so it looks something like that. Same overhand. I would step. If we look at the sequence of that, it's the same sequence. It goes from the ground up. And that's what we want in our golf swing. So I'm going to show you the first drill that my teacher George Knudson ever showed us, called the hello there drill. Basically it was just this. We held the club here, or if you didn't have a club, we'd put our fingers in our pockets like this. And all we did was go from here to there, because that's our finishing position in the golf swing. We go and we face our target. As I do this, you'll see that I'm putting my weight onto my left foot first, and then my knees are moving, and then my hips, and then my shoulders come around. Basically, my upper body is being carried by my lower body. It's really easy to fool yourself when you're doing this and do this. Hopefully you can see the different look there of doing it with my upper body. Don't want that. I want to do this. You might even think about rolling your back foot, kind of rolling it like that, and then let it come up. But everything's happening down here. So I'm going to exaggerate this. I'm going to not move my shoulders at all. Okay? And then my shoulders are going to follow. It's really important if you can feel that sequence. That creates a lot of power. Doesn't have to happen fast, does have to happen smoothly. You don't want to be jerky, but it doesn't have to go like this. I'm actually going to practice it just like this. If we watch a golf swing, you'll see that it doesn't happen any faster than that. But if it happens in the right sequence, boy, things get a lot easier. When you see somebody really smooth, like a Freddie Couples or Ernie Els or any of those players, what you're really watching is the transition from backswing to forward swing is very smooth. They bring the club back and they put their weight forward, and that transition is really smooth. So if you feel like you have trouble doing this, there's a couple other drills we can talk about. We talked about the step drill, a couple other things, but really this drill is the first one to do. And if you can do this away from the golf ball, you just get in trouble for doing this in the kitchen all the time. Just do that. Your body will get a new motor pattern involved, and you'll hit the golf ball further. You'll get more club head speed. That's the hello there drill. And again, I got to give credit to George Knudson for that. Good golfing.